You have a desire to be better. You see your ideal, yet you hesitate to pursue it. You've looked to things outside yourself as motivation only to find that those things don't hold up under the pressure. If you're ever going to find motivation that is sustainable through failure and disappointment, it must come from a deep burning desire within you. When you look outside of yourself, you become susceptible to both social and psychological factors. You must change your perspective of success and failure. You must decide to focus your competitive nature against yourself in some standard of excellence where improvement is the focus. And you must choose humility in a positive atmosphere and tranquility in the presence of negativity. And all while satisfying three basic human needs. The degree to which these needs are satisfied goes a long way in determining who you become on your journey. Community is a powerful stimulant, but it cannot create nor sustain motivation. Though we may feel like we belong, fear of being outpaced by our community creates complacency in learning. Developmental experts focused on the critical early years, reasoning that by the end of childhood, our traits have nearly set like clay, that the pliable period is over. But we now know that learning is lifelong and that another's pace doesn't determine our race. We must learn to reverse engineer our goals so that we not only feel a sense of connectedness, but also function effectively and with a sense of personal initiative. The question of whether the reward is worth the effort we must put in doesn't change when we get older. According to the lifespan perspective of learning, adults are just as susceptible to positive and negative feedback as children are. At one time, psychologists viewed the center of life years between adolescence and old age as one long plateau. We now know development continues physically, cognitively, and especially socially. Rewards that people perceive as controlling their behavior or suggesting that they are not competent decrease intrinsic motivation. Rewards that emphasize the informational aspect and provide positive feedback about competence increase intrinsic motivation. Programs invest in the highly motivated participants, hoping their return on investment is a group of underachievers turned motivated contributors. But this assumes the underachievers view their investment worthwhile. Their perceived level of effort most often reflects how they view the importance of their role within the community. The pyramid of proficiency helps create flow, or the zone, the special state where everything is going well and you're hitting on all cylinders. By focusing on the three learning domains, coaches can reward all participants within a group context by answering these three questions. Psychomotor: can I perform the assigned task? Cognitive: can I see some level of improvement? Affective: am I experiencing positive socialization? A coach can help create flow, but to achieve autonomy, a learner must progress through the four levels of learning so that the information taken in is meaningful and efficacious. To do that, a learner must go from a place of not knowing what they don't know, to knowing what they don't know, to learning what they didn't know in order to one day instinctively use what they now know to be true. For sustained effort and growth, tasks must not prove too difficult to the participant. She will feel incompetent, efficacy will decline, and intrinsic motivation will decrease. The participant must not be inundated with cues. She will be unable to resolve the true issues and will lose her perception of autonomy, causing intrinsic motivation to decrease. The participants must not feel alienated due to low skill, or they believe themselves unable to perform without an excess of instruction. And if self-perception is low, they will assess the situation as a negative social evaluation, causing intrinsic motivation to decrease. In short, if the situation is not meaningful enough to the participant, motivation will decline.